kind of go along and get out of here.
Probably giving them a good reference.
And, you know, and I think there needs to be some carrot and stick approach by the Obama administration with the help of Congress, of course, that punishes those kind of actions by American corporations.
30% of our people have moved out of this state, so our tax base has really lost a lot. So our municipalities that count on that tax base to build roads, to build our infrastructure, all we can do right now is maintain, because we have been depressed for so many years, the money's not there.
When you go to the store to buy your fruits and vegetables and stuff, go to the farmer's market. Get it local.
Right.
Localize your purchases.
There you go.
Saves gas too.
I've got a question. Basically, I need an understanding, all right? If we're at 10% unemployment, doesn't that mean that there's 90% of us working?
That's right.
Well, actually, your figures are a little bit off.
It's a false number.
Yeah, your figures are a little bit off, because the only ones that are counted are people that are laid off that draw unemployment. Now, as an independent businessman, I have to lay people off that I don't pay unemployment to, because I'm paying them cash, whatever. Then I lose my job, I don't have any money coming in, I can't draw unemployment because I own the company. I have to pay into workman's comp, but I can't draw it myself. So I can't even register. So if I'm an independent contractor and I'm not working, I'm not even included in that.
And then there's 5 people under you that aren't working
Exactly.
either.
I'm not even included, see?
The figure for true unemployment, which would be those who apply for unemployment benefits, those who no longer even apply or are eligible, can't seek work, the ones who are underemployed because they have had their hours greatly reduced, is somewhere like 13.5% nationwide, okay? And the unemployment rate, the official unemployment rate in Flint is 20%. 1 in 5, okay, that's a huge, and I think we need to keep those figures in mind when we think about what we would like to see the state do with the money it receives for jobs and infrastructure building. Second, I'm hearing tremendous frustration at major issues within the economy. And so does that say that the group here would like to send a message to Washington that is basically, screw this stimulus package? Or does this group want to find out what's in the stimulus package, hold the pieces up against our values and what we would like to see happen, and then try to make the stimulus package work again so that those values can be met? I don't think this group is going to get very far trying to take on all of these awful things that have happened in the last 16 years to people in this country because of the way we've been played economically. But if we spend our time with those, we're not going to be able to have much leverage with what we're going to do with the stimulus package, should it pass. Or maybe this group wants to say to Washington, don't pass it, because you're so screwed up.
What exactly does the stimulus package mean in terms of additional unemployment? Right now, the unemployment, you get it for 26 weeks. What does that mean, that there's going to be additional 13 weeks or 26 weeks?
That's the whole point. They have never
What you
said.
do on that, unemployment will at least bridge some of these people who are now getting nothing
Yeah, but it doesn't.
onto a year, let's say, when jobs will be being created, and you can bridge these people from now to that day on down the road. That's a logical thing, and that's a simple solution, I think, and it's a Band-Aid.
Look at your education system. Look at the people who are coming out of it. I just graduated last year from Flint Central High School, class of 2008, last year. And I have to say, the education system is in disarray. I'm going to Michigan State University, James Madison College for International Relations.
Oh, very good.
Well, I'm going there because I think that maybe one day I'll be able to do something for this world, kind of like our president. And I would say that the way you really stimulate a country in the long term, the most far-sighted thing, which is the exact opposite of what we've been doing for the past 8 years, obviously, is to increase education funding. You're going to have, we're talking about a Band-Aid. Band-Aids come off, but education, that makes,
That's right.
that increases the ability of your workforce to, be diversified and have the technological advances, or take on technological advances that you would want to in a developed country like the one that we live in. There's an old proverb that goes, for 1 year, plant rice. For 10 years, plant a tree. For 100 years, educate a child. And I think that's what we need to do. We need to increase the funding for the education system.
That's right.
And you got down yesterday with my income tax online, where you don't have that much income, but I owe everybody, so I said, okay, stop, it's way too early. Let's see what happens. Does the tax part of the tax cut part of the stimulus package impact this current tax year? Or is this something we're going to see next year? Because I know other people that are waiting to see what's going to happen, but if it's no effect,
They never go back.
we have to just go ahead and make plans.
I have a person that wrote me also. Her name is Kathy Scheller. She said, I wish I could attend, but I have to work. I'm very concerned about power generation for individual homes or small communities. How are we going to power all these electric cars? Consumers will charge through the nose if we just plug into the current. Okay, so what y'all think about what Kathy got to say?
Part of the reason why we look towards people like Obama and the people that he's really trying to organize is because they provide a leadership that is strong and is something that you can believe in. We once whatever the first part of the stimulus, because they'll probably have to do it again, because whatever's going to happen in the meantime, the jobs that are going to be created are not, it's not going to be enough right away. We have to start trusting each other. And I don't know if anybody here was at Bill Cosby, but when he came to Flint, but he said what I think Obama and everybody else is trying to say is that we have to start believing in each other.
That's right.
And creating our own jobs.
That's right.
It's going to be 3 jobs at a time. It's going to be 2 jobs at a time. It's going to be 1 job at a time.
Right.
We got to, knock some of these raggedy ass houses down and plant some vegetables for ourselves, because eventually, it's not going to be nothing for us.
The laws of supply and demand basically say that the people that are going to be the most comfortable are the people that have something that everybody else wants, and they have plenty of it. Now, Flint is a very strange place, because, you say, oh boy, the unemployment is so high. But, if you think about looking at this building is an example also of what Flint has. Flint has an enormous educational system. Flint has Baker, Flint has GMI, which was the brain. Retired engineers. Flint has Mott, Flint has U of M. So Flint has an enormous, but what Flint doesn't have is Flint doesn't have a vision. Flint used to be a logging town. And then some guys came along and they put up a little factory there that made Buicks, and somebody came along and said, well, what if we tie Buick with